sponsors of the NFL. I totally failed on that one.
What, two weeks of not doing this has already got you out of the mood and zone?
I'm rusty. I'm old. I'm contemplating retirement. I had one good season. Call me Chris Borderland. Welcome back to Two Drunk Guys in a Football Podcast. Off-season fun with the Hammer and Skinny.
And we're your hosts. I'm Skinny Domestic.
And I'm obviously the Hammer.
So as you guys know, and if you haven't followed along with us, finished up the season 2 weeks ago, taking a break. We're going to be doing every 2-week episodes until the draft. Just updating news, anything kind of going on, anything relevant, I guess, like with the NFL Combine being this week, we'll kind of talk about that a little bit. Clearly, it doesn't, like, the skills and stuff don't start until tomorrow, or I guess Friday, tomorrow when this is released, but that, and then of course we're gonna continue the bad betting, so we're just gonna do whatever, some random sport for that. But dude, this 2 weeks has been weird. Like, I have not known what to do because there's no football. There's no, I'm going to be drinking on Tuesday or Wednesday to film. Like, I'm not, like, I'm paying attention to football stuff, clearly, but, like, I'm not, like, ready for it. And then, like, last Tuesday or Wednesday, it was just weird. I was like,
there's no news, though. Like, this is, like, the dead period of the NFL before, like, free agency. Like, the only news is Justin Fields going to get traded to the Falcons for 5 first-round picks, and they're left nut. Like, it's, like, stupid stuff. Like, it's not anything that's really has any relevance. The only thing you'll see is you'll see some players get released.
Yeah, I have
like
a page full of stuff, man.
That's good. I'm glad that you're on it.
But, like, you know the Narcos meme of, like, him sitting in the chair, in the swing chair, and then like him standing by himself, like all by himself. Do you know what meme I'm talking about? I'll throw it up on the pod.
No, you'll have to send it to me. But like, it's probably a good
That's
one.
how I felt when there's nothing going on for this. Trying to make reels. Yeah. But
I feel like they're getting better, though.
Yeah.
The reels are getting better. I've liked the last couple ones.
I have another one in the creations to be posted later this week, guys. So I'm doing it. Yeah. Marcus is actually giving me input too. So there we go. He's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So episode won't be very long. Just kind of go over some stuff. So what do you want to get started with? News or Combine?
Let's talk about news first.
News? All right. Well, since you have the shorter list of news, you can start, and we'll just go.
So, Eric Bieniemy is the new UCLA offensive coordinator, which is a slap in the face to Eric Bieniemy, who probably should be a head coach in the NFL right now. I truly do believe that. I think he's a really, really talented coach, and I'm just still in awe that no one tried to give him anything.
Yeah, signed a 2-year contract there. He's the associate head coach, too. So he's still got a head coach job title. But not in the NFL. Yeah. At least he got somewhere. I mean, after the last 2 years of getting screwed out of a head coaching, but there's got to be something wrong with him. There's got to be something there. He just must not interview well.
I heard he's a dick.
Yeah, there's
like they
say
that he's like a dick, but like, okay, you're telling me that Eric Bieniemy couldn't have done a better job than Frank Reich last year for the Panthers? I feel like he could have. Like, I feel like he's a better coach than Frank Reich.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't seen him as like a head coach, but like, I don't know. The dude's been really talented.
Brandon Staley as a head coach. I mean, come on. Like,
yeah.
There's been a lot of bad coordinator head coaching jobs, and I feel like McDaniels, like, yeah, he should have a job, but
110% should. But
there's not much else you can do. He just has to, yeah, like you said, maybe be a huge dick, and his interviewing must be piss poor or something.
People talk crap on him. Who was it that was talking crap on him? And then a lot of people came out and said that he was a really good. Oh, LaShawn McCoy. LaShawn McCoy was talking a lot of smack about him, and then Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and Patrick Mahomes went out and were like, Eric Bieniemy, EB is legit. EB is a great coach, like all that stuff. Which here's the thing, I kind of trust Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce lost a lot of trust points this year. Mr. Pfizer, as Aaron Rodgers calls him. But him and like Tyreek Hill, like I trust their opinions on that. I feel like they're like maybe Patrick wouldn't be, but Tyreek Hill for sure would say what he thinks.
Yeah.
And I feel like if Tyreek Hill thought he was a good coach, I feel like he's probably a good coach.
Yeah. Not much else really you can say on it. Just at least he got a job somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. Unlike Bill Belichick.
What's your other?
But then after that,
just keep going.
The Vikings guy, the Vikings ex-Vikings wide receiver, Powell or Poole. I can't pronounce his last name. I remember him. He's on the team for like preseason stuff. He's on America's Got Talent, and he can sing really well.
Oh, really? Nice. I don't watch stuff like that, so.
Or not America's Got Talent, American Idol.
American Idol.
Well, I don't either, but I was just so happened to. Brooke had it on one night once we were going to bed, and I was watching it with her, and I was like, dude, that's a Vikings player. And then what's her face? Katy Perry. Really underrated singer, Katy Perry, actually.
Yeah.
Katy Perry's got some bangers, but she was like in love with him. And,
not the only banger she's got, but yeah. We'll have to check it out. Maybe throw it on the pod if we can find it. Get a clip on there.
Yeah. No, we should find it because he can sing his ass off. Or he was decent, at least. So.
Any other news?
Marquez Valdez-Scantling got released. The Super Bowl baby, besides I guess Mecole Hardman, didn't he have a touchdown or a clutch catch or something?
He had a decent playoff run. Like he had a couple big catches. It saves them like $12 million in cap space though, so it's a smart cut for them.
Yeah.
But now they can go.
Oh, and Kadarius Toney's time is kind of. He's burned his bridge with the Chiefs. He said that the hip injury was not true, and they benched him to bench him. And so I don't know if the NFL will do anything about that. But Kadarius Toney no longer KT.
Yeah, I don't know.
Too bad. That was my worst call of all year.
I don't know if Tony's
going to be good,
depending on his attitude and stuff. Wonder where if anybody does pick him up. MVS might be a Chief again, just because you cut him, then you re-sign him for cheaper, so that way you can go get Mike Evans. But
Mike Evans. Who else? There's going to be a couple decent wide receivers out there.
Calvin Ridley, you could go get
Calvin Ridley.
Well, if the Jags don't do anything with him,
The Jags won't, because don't they? If they keep him, don't they owe like the Falcons something?
To a certain period, like time frame. Like if they do it by a certain date, the draft pick goes from a third to a second. So the Jags aren't rushed into it. So with T. Higgins, I guess T. Higgins is franchise tagged, so he's off the market now. So
crazy, not necessarily. They could franchise tag him to trade him. That happens every once in a while.
Yeah, but
not to say he probably won't.
With everything that I've seen with him, I think was it the owner or somebody or a coach, basically said he's part of it. Like they want him there to be a part of what they're doing. So
you know what that means? Tyler Boyd's probably gone.
Oh yeah, Tyler Boyd's gone. I want the Eagles to go get him if they can be cheap.
Oh, great! I would like the Vikings to get him too. Great slot receiver. Yeah. I mean, he used to be a dog. people forget how good he was. Like he was a 1,000 yard receiver for the the Bengals before
Yeah.
T Higgins
If any
or
any team that goes and gets him is your even a wide receiver 2, but a wide receiver 3, like you got like that's perfect. He'll
a
be
steal. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
he'll be perfect for any team. Anything else? Do you have anything else? I have a bunch of stuff.
Should I think of something off the dome?
Oh, if you can.
Kirk Cousins wants guaranteed money. Minnesota said they're not going to give it to him. What's the draft stock of trading away, or what's the value of trading away JJ? You know, all those stupid freaking Vikings like headlines of should we trade JJ for a first round, a second round?
Chargers trade Bosa and their number 5 pick for JJ. Whatever, throw in some extra shit. Whatever. But
No.
Bosa, the number 5 pick for JJ, and then whatever else, and then
2 first rounds. 2 first rounds.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know what else. Just at least for now, those would be like a solid. And then you guys go draft. Now that you guys have Josh McCown, you guys can try to get Drake May at number 5 since they have.
What do you mean? We don't have Josh McCown.
He's your quarterbacks coach.
I thought he was someone else. I didn't think he was Vikings.
He's the Vikings quarterback coach. You guys signed him.
Dude, that's awesome. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
What? Cross that off the list. So Marcus is hyped about Josh McCown, future Minnesota Viking head coach, probably.
Yeah, he's your quarterbacks coach. So
and we kept what's it, Brian Flores too, which is the best news of all.
So you guys trade up to with the Cardinals or Chargers to get like a number, get a top pick. Trade away JJ, you know, that's what it is. Everybody's like, trade JJ.
Here's the thing. You know who I want at quarterback now? So I've been doing a little more research with my time off. I've been looking at some of the picks. I still don't know about that Drake May. Haven't looked into him a lot. Heard he's kind of like Josh Allen-esque. He's got all the tools, but who knows what it'll be. But I think I am totally convinced. I kind of want the Vikings to get Jaden Daniels.
That'd be a good pick. You guys, the only way you're getting him is to trade up, though.
Trade up, yeah.
Like that's the biggest thing is.
I don't know if we will because we have too many holes, but I'm also like, if we don't re-sign Kirk, re-sign Kirk is like my number one thing because like then we can put money on JJ and all that stuff and kind of do that. And Kirk shouldn't be that expensive, but I don't know. Knowing Kirk, he's a greedy bastard, so he's gonna take as much money as he can probably. Maybe not. If he comes back, I'll be happy. But if we can't get him, I would love to have like a Baker Mayfield or a Gardner Minshew, so a bridge player. I mean, shoot, Baker might be a franchise quarterback now. Who knows? He's kind of the age Kirk was once he came to Minnesota, and really quarterbacks don't play their best football till they're in their mid-30s. So,
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the Vikings do. All right, I got a long list of stuff. We'll just
okay, go.
All right, Nelson Aguilar, 1-year contract extension with the Ravens. Almost had 400 yards and 4 touchdowns for him. So just keeping that wide receiver room of somebody around, I guess. Whatever. Matthew Slater retires after 18 NFL seasons.
Oh, I saw that.
Special
Hall of
teams.
Famer?
It probably is a special teamer. I mean, whatever.
Probably might be the greatest special teamer of all time.
10 time Pro Bowler, 3-time Super Bowl winner. He had 191 tackles in his career. Like that's what's crazy to looking at. Like played 18 seasons, had just over 10 tackles.
100.
It's just 10 tackles a season.
They're the best tackles.
One that's going to make everything crazy, especially this offseason. The salary cap has been raised to $255.4 million, so it was like a $30 million increase. So teams have even more money now. So you'll see that with contracts and people like Dak who are looking for closer to $60 billion now a year, but whatever. Jimmy G has been suspended 2 games for PEDs. It was a prescribed medication, but he didn't have a exemption for it by the NFL. And then because of that, he's most likely to lose out on like $11 million in his contract that the Raiders would have to pay him because of this
I'm pretty sure they can get rid of him with no like very minimal cap hit,
Yeah,
which I
now.
think he's probably gone. Well, before that, I thought it was. I didn't think his contract was guaranteed after the
Yeah.
first year.
So we'll see if a team even takes him. I don't know. I mean, he'd be a decent backup, I guess, at this point, but especially if he's going to be suspended 2 games, you don't really need him. Uh, the Bucks are planning on releasing Shaquille Barrett.
Saw that.
As his time with the Bucks, he had 45 sacks, 3 interceptions, 249 total tackles. For a team that relies on their defense, it's pretty interesting to see, but they have to pick and choose who they're going to pay, and they're showing that they'd rather have Winfield Jr. So with this move, at least for now, for cap space, to keep him, and then clearly, trying to keep guys, trying to bring back guys like Baker or Mike Evans even too. So we'll see. Wonder where he'll end up. Might be onto his third team, I guess. Eagles signed Julian Akra, outside linebacker. He'll just be some backup. Started like 7 or less career games. Only paying him $2.6 million. Not too worried about that. The big one for the Falcons, they released Jonnu Smith, their great tight
Leading
end.
receiver, probably.
He had career highs in receptions and yards. Broke over 5. You know what's crazy is I always thought Jonnu Smith was like a very good tight end. He had 8 touchdowns one season, but his yards have never been good. It's the first time he ever went over 500 receiving yards as a tight end.
That used to be a norm, though. Like Kyle Rudolph, if you look at his numbers, like he only had like 600-700 yards, like receiving as a tight end, and that used to be a thing. But now you have like people like Travis Kelsey and
Yeah.
like Gronk, and who like 1,000 yards is no big deal.
It's just weird seeing because when I think of Jonnu Smith, I think of like Jonnu with like that 8 touchdown season, but he only had like 300 or 400 yards total receiving that year. It just weird. Next one, Bears released Eddie Jackson, their safety.
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah,
Part of that really good Bears team a couple years ago.
Not the same safety that he used to be.
No.
Wouldn't be a bad pickup for some teams looking for some depth. And then they also released their offensive lineman Cody Whitehair, who was there for like 7 or 8 seasons. Kind of shocking when they kind of need an offensive line, but protect him. No franchise tag for Barkley, Pollard, Jacobs. You name Eckler. All those guys are going to hit free agency. I'm actually interested to see what they're going to get paid. I don't think a single one of these guys is going to make over $13 million a year. Even with the cap increase, it'll be very, very questionable. If they do, it's only because of that cap increase. So we'll see how that goes.
Why would you? Austin Eckler proved this year that you don't need to pay him.
Yeah, exactly.
They all did, really. None of them had a good year out of all those. Jacobs was hurt. Eckler sucked.
Barkley plays for a shitty team that nobody cares about. He is their offense. He had a decent season for himself, but
And Tony Pollard, no, these running backs let themselves down this year. The only running back that needs to be paid is CMC, and that's about it.
Yeah. Dolphins released Emmanuel Ogbah and Xavier Howard, which, again, kind of a cap thing, have more cap space. It'll be interesting to see if they re-sign Xavier. I know there was a talks of it, but he has to be traded a couple years ago, so maybe it's his time to get to a different team like he wanted a couple years ago, or maybe they can work something out again there. Zach Wilson has permission to seek a trade by the Jets. So, younger quarterback that has some potential, good, solid backup somewhere. See if any team bites on it, I guess.
Yeah.
Pats released Lawrence Guy. He is now a free agent, can kind of go do whatever. Lions released Tracy Walker. Rams released their center Brian Allen, which he's been there for 4 or 5 years, I think. Pretty decent center for him. Let's see here. Ooh, this is one. Chiefs signed punter Matt Araiza, the dude that was accused of sexual assaulting that woman.
A minor?
Yeah, and then
Wasn't it a minor?
something
Was
like
a
that.
lie.
Yeah. Then it came out that there was, no charges. I don't think any charges were ever filed or anything like that. It's been a while, I guess. I didn't look into it, but he is now back.
In the NFL.
Yeah. We'll see if he stays on the team through the regular season because you got to get through all that. Then to UFL news. AJ McCarron asked to be waived by. This is like his second or third time doing this. Asked to get waived by the Bengals. And he is now back to being a St. Louis Battlehawk. So, caca.
Fucking ka.
In 2023 for the Battlehawks, he played 9 games, had 2,100 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. I'm excited because I think he's.
Wait, so does he just keep getting signed during the season to the Bengals, taking that check and then getting released so that he can?
Yeah, so he goes. Yeah, he keeps getting an NFL contract in the middle of the season, asked to be waived, makes his couple $1 million or whatever, and then goes and plays in the UFL and makes like $60,000 to do that. And then it's just he's been doing that the last couple of years, which I mean, might as well, right? But I'm excited. I think they have the best wide receiver room in the UFL, and you bring back the quarterback that he's already played with, like Hakeem Butler. And then lastly, another UFL news. Remember Kiki Cutie? He is now signed with the
Kiki Cutie. Did he play for Jacksonville?
I think didn't he play for the Texans?
What position?
He's a wide receiver.
Yeah, I don't know. Look it up. I thought he played for the Jags. You might be right though.
Let's see here. He played for the Texans for 3 years. He was drafted by the Texans and then played for the Colts. 2018 draft. He had less than 1,000. He had 966 total yards and 4 touchdowns in his NFL career. He is now headed to the DC Defenders.
Boo.
Yeah, just terrible. I'm excited for the UFL. I've been following a little bit more, watching like their training camps and stuff. They start mid to late March. I'm excited for that. All right, moving on. This week, I guess real quick, we'll do bad betting real quick. Get this video over with. We're gonna bet on golf. We're gonna do the Cognizant Classic is this week's match. It starts tomorrow, ends on the on Sunday, and we're gonna take JT Poston at plus 3,300 to win the classic here, and $10 wins $330. So we'll see how that goes.
The golf's where to make it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Skinny. I'm a guy. I only bet on John Daly. So.
Oh jeez. And then lastly, NFL Combine this week started on Monday. Skills start on Friday or tomorrow when this is released. Then it goes through the weekend to Monday again. I'm interested. I'm gonna be watching it. Have it on, paying attention, work on the weekend. The best part about it is Marcus and I are gonna do our own NFL Combine this weekend, and we're gonna have a little video of that of run the 40. I think we're doing the bench press, but we're not benching 225. Can you even put up 225?
Probably not. maybe once, maybe twice.
We'll do that. I think we're gonna do like 1 or 2 of the shuttle drills, cone drills, whatever. We'll have our measurements and NFL comparisons, I guess. I don't know what else we'll have in there. It should be a fun little time watching me run the 40-yard dash and do things that I haven't done. But real quick, I want to see. So I wrote down all the records for the NFL Combine, and I want to see if you think any of these get beat this year. So for the 40-yard dash, the fastest time is John Ross at 4.22. I don't think anybody's beaten that.
No.
The highest vertical is 45 inches, and that was set by Chris Conley and Donald Washington.
No.
I think maybe somebody gets to 44, but I don't think 45 gets hit. Bench press is Stefan Paye, 49 reps.
I'm gonna say yes.
You're gonna think 49 reps get. I don't think 49 reps gets beat.
Someone's gonna just destroy it.
Let's see here. The 20-yard shuttle, the fastest time is 3.81 seconds. That was set by Brandon Cooks and Jason Allen. That one's gonna get beat. 20-yard shuttle is gonna get beat. 3.78. Calling it right now. 10-yard splits. Fastest time, 1.40 seconds, set by Chris Johnson. No one's beaten that one.
Really? CJ2K.
3-cone drill, set by Jeff Mahl, Maehl. I don't know how to say that. 6.42 seconds. 3-cone
That's
drill.
pretty fast.
Yeah, that's not going to get beat. And then lastly, the broad jump is 12 foot 3 inches, set by Byron Jones.
Whatever happened to him?
I don't know. Got hurt and then kind of fell off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
say no.
No. I think the only one that's gonna get beat is the 20-yard shuttle.
Who do you think's gonna stand out?
I think Penix and Bo Nix are both gonna kind of be like, "Hey, you guys have been undermining us this whole time," and I feel like they're.
You think they will?
I think they'll look better than what people think is gonna truly be. Honestly, like it just.
Yeah. Well, they also have what's his face that might get some trust. What, the Milton guy from Tennessee?
Oh, Bo Milton. Yeah, him.
He's kind of freaky.
I think TJ Tampa at Iowa State might be able to boost himself up a little bit, spread him out, because him and Caleb King are like right next to each other. I think he can have that slight edge over him during stuff. But
isn't Spencer Rattler declared for this draft, or is he staying in? Really? Gosh, he's going to be on a team too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of deep quarterbacks, because Spencer Rattler, like in previous years, to me, it feels like he'd be like a second or third round pick, and he'll probably be like the end of the draft.
He fell off.
Yeah, he fell off.
But all right, that's all we got. I know it's longer than I said, 10 to 20 minutes. It's almost half an hour, but a lot of news, a lot of fun stuff. Catch us in 2 more weeks, I guess. We'll be talking more about the draft, and then we'll have like actual draft episodes and stuff like that after that.
Might have some free agency stuff.
Yeah, I guess free agency starts like the day that we'll film. So I guess there's going to be some stuff going on there too. So not the draft, free agency, sorry. And then yeah. So we'll go from there, but I don't know if you're drinking still or not. Cheers.